Well, things are really bleak now. In just 2 months more, though, I want to have a job. I guess it's time to get out there in society and try to do something. I'm even starting to think if maybe I should just try to evolve this YouTube channel. You know what? It's useless to talk about that here. After all, when you don't have the willpower, you don't have the willpower. Instead, this is a late review of Eden Zero Chapter 87. After a whole time of much despair, things are really picking up again, but I'm still not even sure where this arc is headed. It's unclear on who is actually winning right now. Is it despair or is it hope? In fact, the final page of this chapter really is the real question on thing. It really begs you question on knowing, well, everything. So let's dive into it. First of all, we seem to now have entered an in-depth character file one, with Pino telling everything else. The first character is of course Shiki. It is so freaking adorable that Pino is the one doing the character analyzing. Either way, according to her, Shiki's stats are 4 stars in attack. That is actually high. 3 in defense. I guess that is not too well. 2 in marksmanships, which is kind of surprising. I thought he aimed things pretty well, but I guess he's no Rebecca. I think Rebecca should at least have 4 star in the shooting. Ether power, he has 4. Strangely enough, Yin said that his ether power was kind of low, but I guess it means he's high. 2 in intelligence, that is the one thing I actually can agree on. And a 5 for love for his friends, which, of course. It is also worth noting that Pinos mentioned that he has a very deep hatred for bugs, but there's still no explanation on why. I guess we'll see. So either way, onto the chapter, as the warship all headed towards it. Everyone ponders what they're gonna do. Pino had researched Drakenyo online, and even she says that she do not believe that Ishiki can win in a one-on-one fight. I am really getting angry in hearing that. He is supposed to be the hero. He did not lose last time because Draken was more powerful. He lost because Draken overpowered them with cheat tricks and many things more. More than that, even if they don't stand any chance against Draken, then how are they even gonna get rid of him? By running forever? This is Drakenyo we're talking about. Either you fight him or survive, or you die. That's basically the only thing option 2 happens when you oppress Drakenyo. Happy is also worth mentioning that, saving Labia may not be the most ideal. After all, Labia is a jerk. But here we really see that just like Shiki, Rebecca is an all-loving heroine. She is a nice person, and that's who she is. She's also elsewhere also Homer saying that they not advice to came in the stronghold if they're aiming for Rebecca. Rebecca's information from that time. And if you learn, but here's some strange things. She mentions that her if Draken learns that her powers have awakened, they might be able to make a deal. Does that mean that Cat Leaper actually has awakened? I mean, when she leaped back in time, I thought that Cat Leaper was restarted, not that it was awakened. Or maybe that is just a bluff that Rebecca is planning on doing. Well, either way, they land the ship. For one of the first time we actually see Eden Zero ship land. Worth noting that we still haven't seen Connor. I really hope he is an ace in the hole in all this. But of course, they're being confronted by the Elemental 4. But here's the biggest surprise of it all. I did read that we were going to have 4 versus 4. But it turns out that the 4 that are going to face off against the Elemental 4, at least this time, is not Shiki, Rebecca, Wise, or Homera. No, it is Homera together with the other 3-star Shrine Maidens. Because technically Valkyrie, well, Homera is Valkyrie's second. In that case, she is a Star Shrine Maiden, and they are the ones that are going out to confront the Elemental 4, as the rest of the Eden Zero crew head out in a smaller ship. Of course, Fighter tries to shoot them down, but Homer immediately stops it by well, I want to say break down the automatic system of the gun. And the sister punches away Daichi, showing that she does indeed have physical strength. And finally, Sylph is prevented from running away by Homura's dancing blade, which is kind of fitting that it's Homura who is fighting Sylph, especially since in the last timeline, Sylph had the upper hand against, well, her. In a way, though, all these four is perfect mirrors of each other. Daichi is a sadistic freak that seems to love torture. Sister is a healer, but also seems to have a fetish for torturing enemies and likes to kick ass. Homura is a silent girl that doesn't express so very much, while Sylph is also a silent girl that seems to have some kind of ability to not express anything much. Fi uses a gun, and Hermit is a tech genius. Finally, Witch is facing off against Laguna, and it's worth noting that just like Laguna, she has high heels. Well, she's a woman, unlike Laguna. Although I'm still wondering if Laguna is kind of camp. Well, it doesn't matter. We finally see the other two Star Shrine Maidens' dresses. It's also worth noting that Homura uses the app, since Wise has also in this timeline given it, just to fit with the image of, well, I'm Valkyrie, therefore I'm changing. And let me just say, the 4-star the others' battle dress looks absolutely stunning. And even Homura in her new kimono looks absolutely great. These designs and that picture where they say, "We are the demon kings," especially when they are saying, "We are the Elemental Four," was it? "We are the demon kings, 4 shining May stars, and we will be your opponents." And the designs for those suits are amazing. Of course, we do not learn the name of the other two. It's worth noting that Valkyrie had not Valkyrie armor, assault mode, which had steel sorcerers or battle witch or something like that. Well, either way, how to describe the designs of the other battle dress is kind of difficult, but Hermit has a full bodysuit, which showing the least cleavage, which is actually fitting since she's just a little girl. But this time, her expression sound earplugs have really taken the shape of bunny ears in a way. I guess that is to say she has a bunny girl motive, which is still in the suit we have seen before. And Sister, though, is the most strange of it all. It's coupled with Witch for the most revealing of it all, which is actually kind of strange feeling her attitude. But the biggest thing is that she appears to have wings of ether behind her back. Is that possibly to give her an image of being, an angel? I guess that is kind of strange. Of course, the Elemental Four is not a single bit worried, because, well, they are the Elemental Four, but I really hope that the Starshine Maidens can defeat these wings. It still doesn't answer, though, if the 4 Starshine Maidens are going to fight them. Then what kind of opponents are Rebecca, Weiss, and Shiki gonna fight? Or is it possible that they are gonna fight against Draken all by themselves? Or does Draken have a second triumph card up his sleeve? Either way, his battle fortress begins to fire missiles, apparently revealing that now they can even have missiles inside the thing all. Rebecca does her best to fight it off, but it's really clear here that Draken has really starting to losing his nerve. In a way, he's close to a villainous breakdown. He's even saying that if something like this can kill the cat, then I don't need its power. The way he says kill the cat, it's kind of demeaning. Is he implying of Rebecca, of that thing? And when he says its power, it really shows that no, Draken wasn't going to treat her like a true human being ever. And it is kind of wild, the dancing party. But the one who saves the day is, of course, Shiki, who walks outside of the ship and then fully activates his gravity power, and which for some strange reason seems to surprise Draken. I'm saying for some strange reason because he should know that Shiki has that Saturn gravity. Although it's likely, though, that he was more surprised over that now he finally saw it. But this power of this gravity is actually amazing. It's anti-gravity. It basically ricochet every single missile that is fired at them. It's a shield of gravity, giving them enough time to crash into the building and land. But the surprises end right there as the biggest surprise of all appears. They dock the ship and prepares to walk outside as Shiki sees someone approaching. And who is that one that is approaching? Well, it is someone who says, I have been expecting you, Rebecca. And it's not Drakenyo. No, it's Master Noah. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's Master Noah. For some strange reason, he is here. Once again, Hiromashima is portraying this character very intriguingly. As we have theorized a lot, Master Noah appears to know about things that hasn't even happened yet or will happen, just like Xiao Mei seems to can read the future, although that's just a theory by this point. But now, he is here. He definitely wasn't there before, or was he? Well, when we saw him before in the previous timeline, he appeared to be in his office, so no, he wasn't on Drakenyo's ship. But now he is. I mean, I can't read the guy. What is his intention and everything else? I mean, what I mean is, Master Noah hasn't shown any things of decency so far. He's mostly has shown to be, well, scum, and that's it. But it's kind of intriguing the way he says it. I've been expecting you, Rebecca. It's, well, duh. He knew everything about her, but why? Why is he expecting her? Why is he here? Is he A, here to be another enemy that is a pain in the ass, because after all, you can never defeat an enemy that knows your every move? 2, he is here for a purpose, to warn them about something, possibly implying that while he's not a good guy, he's willing to help. Or 3, he's going to help. I mean, it's his face that's the biggest question. That's not a face of malice, although I wouldn't exactly call it a face of friendliness. But here he doesn't call Rebecca number 28. Here he genuinely calls her Rebecca. So yeah, why is Noah here? I mean, it's useless to ask how come he is here. But the more bigger question is, do Draken know that he is here? Is it, well, they are business associates, so I suppose that he do. After all, Drakenyo knows that everybody arriving. But it still so bugs the mind. Why? For what reason is Master Noah here? Is he the wrench in the plan that perhaps is going to destroy the Eden Zero crew's chance of ever having this second chance? Or is he here for some kind of good intention? I don't know. Give me your thoughts if you have any. And I hope you can keep your work unlike me.